So if you want to move pain-free, if you want to unlock your hips, open up your ankles, get more range of motion, so you can do things like the deep squat, so you can even do pistol squats, so you can do other different, more interesting movement patterns, and just build confidence in your ability to move. Single leg training is one of the kinds of movement patterns or movement categories that you really need to incorporate into your movement practice. So this is one of the big 5 categories, alongside developmental movement patterns, alongside deep core training with the TVA, and some of these other things that I teach in Embodied Breakthrough, my intensive movement and embodiment coaching program that helps you rebuild confidence in your entire body, helps you move with freedom, trust in your body, and really actually beyond just the physical, helps you feel at home in yourself, helps you feel confident in yourself, and actually begin to move with purpose through the world. Say yes to adventure, say yes to life. So if you're not doing single leg training, you might not be sure what exactly does that look like. Well, it can be something more organic, like what I call the compass reach, and just exploring, balancing in different directions. It can be something like what I call chi stepping, practice that I have borrowed from Qigong, where you're really intentionally stepping and balancing on one leg. But why is this so important? Well, so much of life happens on one leg, right? We're always kind of temporarily balancing on one leg because we're bipedal creatures, and this is how we locomote through the world. And if you're trying to just, open up movements like the squat or the Cossack squat, and you're only practicing on 2 legs, what can happen is you hide the imbalances that maybe you don't realize are actually there, because your hips are able to kind of compensate, and you're not really getting an honest view or an honest perspective of what's really going on in your body. So single leg work can be really good for that, but it can also be highly confronting. And I was reminded of this by going through Knees Over Toes Guy's program, which I definitely recommend checking out his Instagram, his YouTube channel, really great stuff. But one of his core movements that I often use with clients as well is the split squat. And the reason this is so helpful is because now you're able to get onto primarily one leg. You're mostly using this front leg. The back leg just provides a little stability and support, but you're able to really actually start to challenge getting your knees over your toes, reclaiming some of that ankle mobility, really getting deep flexion in your hip as well. And then you can learn to balance this out on both sides. Now, if that's too challenging for you, your hips are super tight, maybe your ankles don't have that much range of motion, you can start to do this by elevating your front foot, a couple yoga blocks, a bench, a chair, whatever you have available to you. And you can start to get into this position and start to slowly, little by little, maybe you just start right here, you start in a pain-free range of motion. Little by little, you'll start to open that back up. And then once you bring that back into the squat, you'll start to be able to reclaim some of that movement freedom that you've probably been looking for. So it's definitely very functional, very practical, but it's also can be really fun just to be able to learn how to do things on one leg, balancing, doing pistol squats on one leg. Pistol squats are always on one leg. Doing things like a dragon squat, balancing. And again, there's always a starting point no matter where you are. Even if you haven't been moving for 10 years and you've been sitting on the couch, there's always a place for you to start slowly, mindfully reclaiming confidence and freedom in your body. So give this a shot. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about single leg training. And thanks for watching.